There is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage. No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge, and unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America. Politics doesn't have to be a raging fire, destroying everything in its path. Every disagreement doesn't have to be a cause for total war. And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured. Here we stand, looking out on the great mall where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote.
Hey, man. These guys talk one hell of a game. But nevertheless, man, first and foremost, I'm going to give all credit and all acknowledgement to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors to the men that I learned this truth from, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and all the men on down. Yahweh Shemel Shai Barakatham to the sincere Akim Akwathim that believe in this truth and sincerity, man. Hey, man, this guy talks a hell of a game, man. These Edomites, man. You got to give it to him, man. The Lord created the Lord created these devils, all right, these deceivers, to be exactly that, man, to deceive, man. And they do a hell of a job at it. They talk one hell of a game, man. But nevertheless, man, I was just playing some of this inauguration speech, watching some of it, because sure enough, this guy's been sworn in, so I guess he's officially the no longer the elect president, but he's the actual president, of this divided states of America. All right. But again, because nevertheless, man, the point just being that dealing with this whole inauguration process, because that's what it is. It's a ceremony. It's a ritual. All right. And basically, man, the rituals are about to the rituals are about to begin, man. Because here it is, with this whole process of this inauguration, man. And like I said, just it just goes back to a ritual, man, and casting the spells and things of that nature. As a matter of fact, hopefully it's still there. It's still here. Because I looked into this word, this inauguration, right, which the root word of which comes from the root word augur, right, with this and I was trying to re-upload a video from one of the elder brothers, I believe out there in Dallas, but because he goes into it a little more, but for whatever reason, man, this stupid technology of Esau, I wasn't able to upload it. So Lord's will I remember, because I'll post a link to the channel in the description. Lord's will I remember, because again, he kind of goes into it a little in depth, right? But I just want to focus on, because a lot of brothers have already done, videos going into this, but I just want to go into this root word augur, where you get the word inauguration. So here, again, this being the etymology online, it says, from the 1540s, from Latin augur, a religious official in ancient Rome. Yeah, because this is a custom that they practice in ancient Rome, which shows that, it's more proof that America is nothing but a revitalization of ancient Rome. It's the ancient Rome coming back, all right, that deadly wound that was healed, all right. It says ancient Rome, who foretold events by observing and interpreting signs and omens, perhaps originally meaning an increase in crops enacted in ritual. All right. It says in which case it probably is from Old Latin augus, which goes into increase and is related to augur, increase. All right. But again, because basically, what this is going into is just it's just going into a Well, let me read this part real quick. It says, the more popular theory is that it is from Latin avis, bird, because the flights, singing, and feeding of birds were important objects of divination. All right, so you see witchcraft. All right, because basically this is basically because just like you have rituals that are done in righteousness on the right hand side. All right, because again, Esau, they mimic everything on the right hand, they mimic it on the left hand. So their whole thing of how they do things and how they mimic it, it's all done on the left hand. All right, just like on the right hand, you got prophets. All right, the men of the Lord. All right, then they got the same thing on the left hand. But basically it's all witchcraft, and that's what this is. This whole process of the inauguration is nothing but a ritual that's being conducted. All right, and like I said, with them casting the spells and whatnot, that's why I said, let the spells begin, man. Because a brother, man, one of the brothers that I was watching, man, he brought out a good point, because it was on my spirit, and I didn't know if other brothers were feeling the same way, but he said he mentioned something along the lines of, basically, man, if you're and you're in the right spirit, man, and if you're a man of the Lord, so to say, then you could just feel it in your spirit that something's getting ready to go down. And like I said, because I definitely feel like something's getting ready to go down. They're getting ready to do something, right? Like I said, with this whole process of the inauguration, man, they're with this ritual, because it's nothing but a ritual, all right. And like I said, man, one of the other brothers out there in Dallas, man, he breaks it down a little more, goes a little more in depth on it, and I'm gonna leave the link in the description. You definitely check the video out. Yeah, man, hey, man, the fun, so to say, it's about to begin, all right? Because in the previous video I did earlier, man, going into what Joe Biden's plan is, this whole his just in his first 100 days in the office, right? And a lot of the stuff that he wants to get done and whatnot, all right? Because we could this could very well be the season that we start to basically see a lot of this stuff that was been taught for so long, man. More and more it might start coming to pass, all right? Because like I mentioned in that video I did earlier, man, being that around the time after today, the 100 days after today, when it land on the 30th of April, and after that, you had May 1st, right, which is basically the day that the so-called Illuminati was founded. So around that time, a lot of demonic things take place, and again, if we're not in it already, man, this could be we could be entering into times where, again, they start conducting a lot of these casting a lot of these spells and whatnot, and a lot of demonic things could start going down, and like I said, man, and like the other brother said it better, because just feeling it in my spirit that something's getting ready to go down. I went for my walk today, man, and what concerning these chemtrails, all right, different places might be different, but I noticed out here where I'm at in Florida, part of Florida that I'm at, typically between, I would say, Sunday, Monday, all the way between I'll say Monday, between Mondays, the days of Mondays, in between, I'll say Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, man, I noticed that they're spraying a lot of these chemtrails in the air, and come the weekend, this is when lately it gets chilly and whatnot, towards the weekend, it starts getting hella cold, then Sunday, come Sunday, man, it's like, because the whole weekend, man, preparing for, because with me, I work overnight, so I'm out there in the cold and whatnot, dealing with the elements and whatnot, and come Sunday, man, I expect it to be hella cold and whatnot, and it's like it just goes away, But like I said, I noticed this cycle, at least where I'm at. In my personal observation, I've noticed these things, but nevertheless, dealing with these chemtrails, man, like I said, different places, it might be different or whatnot. It seems to be like a cycle with these chemtrails, when and where they're spraying these chemtrails or whatnot, because like I said, they could very well be preparing and getting ready. Some could very well be getting ready to go down, because, for one thing, man, as you know, or as we should know, this whole thing, man, this whole place of America is based off witchcraft, all right? And let me get into a few of these precepts, man. But sure enough, because, like I said before, man, and like I've said a number of times, man, the fact that if Biden makes it past inauguration, if he actually gets in office, and again, case looks like he, sure enough, he's up in there. So, let the games begin, But let me get this in 1 Peter 5:8, all right? Because like I said, man, they casting all these spells, man, and all these ritual, like you had, I believe Lady Gaga was out there, singing and whatnot, and knowing and understanding her rap sheet. All right, she's a damn witch. All right. So a lot of stuff is going on, and a lot of stuff is getting ready to go down, man. Stuff is getting ready to go down, man. But let me get this. 1 Peter 5:8, it says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour." All right, and again, getting close to the time that these devils, man, with that great wrath, man, they're this could be the time that they make their moves. All right, again, being that Joe Biden's plan is to set up all of these vaccination centers. All right, I believe one of the Disney properties, Disneyland. I don't know if it was the one out here in Florida or California, or I don't know which one it was, but basically they're opening up one of these Disneylands as a major vaccination site. And like I said before, some of these stadiums and whatnot. I'm sure I'm still recording. Some of these stadiums they're planning on opening up, and as well as a lot of places, like they want to work with local pharmacies and community centers and things of that nature. They want to vaccinate thousands of people a day. All right, and more so, the focus is on so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right, they're the top priority in getting this vaccination. All right, and I even heard something from another elder brother talking about how they could because for the most part they know that a lot of Jake is coming out there. They're saying that they're not going to vaccinate they're not going to take the vaccine. They don't trust the vaccines whatsoever, so they're not going to take it. All right, and I believe Esau knows that they're not going to get this so-called herd immunity. All right, they're not going to get it to where they just got because you do have a lot of Jake being simple-minded, and because they don't put their trust in Yahweh Shem Shah, they're going to take the vaccine. But for the most part, a lot of Jake, man, they're not going to take it. And I saw something about, or I heard something about where they could by March or something, if I'm not mistaken, May or March or something like that, within the next few months, they could mandate it, because again, they're not going to get that herd immunity that they want, and because with that being said, another elder brother that I watch, he often brought out the point that he said this multiple times about how they could being that they know that they're gonna, a lot of people are gonna buck up against getting this vaccine, not just Jake, but just people in general are gonna buck up against getting this vaccine. That could pretty much give them an excuse to pretty much because being that everyone's for the most part wearing these damn face masks or whatnot every damn where, they could and everyone's immune system is compromised because wearing these stupid face masks. But with that being said, because people's immune systems are compromised, they could very well release the real deal. They could actually put something out there that it may get to a point where you actually might start seeing bodies drop and whatnot. Because they could possibly release something, or an actual real deadly disease or whatever. So again, because like I brought out, man, these are the times that to definitely stay prayed up, man. and stay in your watch, man, and pay attention to what's going on, man. Because these people, they're not watching, they're not paying attention. They can care less what the prophets have to say. All right, they can give a damn about the warnings. That's that the prophets are warning, trying to help our people out. you know and these are going to be the people that get caught out there, because best believe, man, this devil, man, he's constantly plotting, man. He's casting these spells, man, and doing all these rituals and whatnot, but because I also got this, because with that being said, with all these spells and with all these rituals, all right, get this. In Numbers 23 and 23, it says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. So you see, again, because going back to that whole augur and going back to the whole inauguration, all right, it's pretty much a divination. It's an enchantment. It's witchcraft on the left hand. All right. It says, according to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what hath the Most High wrought. So you see, because again, with that being said, with all these enchantments and rituals and casting of spells that they're doing, those that are protected, man, and we just hope and strive to be of that number. We hope to strive to be of that the hopefully elect, because those are going to be the group of individuals that the Lord is going to take care of when all hell starts breaking loose out here, man. Because people are going to start bugging out, man. People are going to start getting attacked. Demons, these demons are going to be let loose. It's just going to be hell on all sides and all angles, man. But nevertheless, all right, concerning these, these rituals that they're doing, and these enchantments that they're performing, all right, concerning those that have the hedge of protection, all right, none of this stuff is going to come towards the elect, whomever they may be, man, wherever they're scattered abroad. Like I said, we just hope and pray to Yahweh Shemel Shah, man, that we're of that number, because with that, again, we're gonna have that protection, man. That hedge of protection, that mark in Ezekiel 9:4. All right, this stuff's not gonna come nigh unto us, But I'm gonna also get this, man, because like I said, man, this whole thing is based off, it's nothing but witchcraft, man. And this stuff with this whole inauguration, man. It all goes back to Roman, the pagan customs in ancient Rome. It's the same stuff, and like I keep saying, I keep mentioning the elder brother out there in Dallas, man. He breaks it down a little. It goes a little more in depth with it, So, Lord, as well, I do remember to put the link in the description to that video, because, like I said, I tried to just download the video so I could just upload it, but it just didn't work out that way. So I'll leave the link in the description. But going to this in Revelations 18, let me start at I'm gonna start at verse 1. Revelations 18:1, just to prove the point concerning this being America, which is known in the Bible as Babylon the Great. Revelations 18:1, it says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is becoming the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. So you see, just like and going back to the etymology of the word inauguration, right? A part of that pagan custom ritual, all right, the omen that they practice going into the birds. They study the bird flights and bird patterns and stuff like that, right? Again, just check out the video and the link in the description. The brother breaks it down better, but just proving the point that this is concerning America, all right, which is Babylon the Great. I'm gonna jump on down. Because this place, because part of the curses the scriptures talk about, not part of the curses, but the scriptures talk about the judgment for a witch, suffering not a witch to live, the judgment for a witch is to burn her, put her to death via fire. And being that this great whore of America, all right, has the whole world in this spell, has the whole world under this spell, all right. This is why the scriptures talk about how the nations drunk of her wine and whatnot. This whole earth is all these nations have drunk of her wine, so that's why ultimately this place is going to be purged with fire, all right, because that's a judgment for witchcraft or a witch, suffering out of which you live. You put it to death via fire. Burn it. And that's what's coming to this place. Via nuclear ICBM missiles. All right, nuclear fire. Bear with me as I look for this real quick. So Revelations 18:23. So again, I read the first 2 verses just to prove the point that this is Babylon the Great, which is America. All right. Verse 23 says, "And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee." All right, because there's another part of the Bible that talks about when the Lord starts bringing destruction or whatnot, and ultimately when the Lord shows up, to fight and take this place out of the way. There's another part of the Bible, I believe it's in Isaiah, talks about stand now with thine enchantments. All right, because again, this whole place is based off witchcraft. All right, when the Lord shows up, man, you best believe, man, these devils, these elites, man, they're going to be scrambling, trying to fight the Lord and trying to conjure up all these demonic spirits and whatnot. All right, but it's going to fail them in that day, because if you know the understanding, all spirits, whether they're on the right hand spirits or the left hand spirits, whether they're demons or whatnot, they all work for the Heavenly Father. And the time is going to come where the Lord is going to, retract those spirits. All right, because Esau works for the spiritual demon Satan. Because best believe, man, a lot of these elites, man, they do a lot of. There's certain hotspots throughout the earth. Even here in America, there's different hotspots where they're channeling up these demons and conjuring up these demons and whatnot. All right. And nevertheless, because ultimately, it all goes back to Satan. At the end of the day, it all goes back to Satan. But what these devils fail to realize is Satan works for the Heavenly Father. All right. He is a pawn for the Heavenly Father. All right. And the time is going to come where the Lord is going to withdraw these spirits. All right. And they're not going to be working for, or they're not going to be working with Esau, Edom. All right, Esau's not going to be able to conjure up these spirits or do anything anymore. All right, because again, that's why the scripture says, "Stand now with thine enchantments." Because they're not going to be able to do shit when that day comes. All right, verse 23 again, it says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived." So you see, this whole place, man, this whole place is based off witchcraft and all type of sorceries and enchantments, divinations. All right, and this is why ultimately this place is going to be utterly, completely annihilated by fire, because that's the judgment for a witch. All right, to put her to death via fire. All right, burn it. All right. But nevertheless, man, those sorceries. All right, this is how America, this place decided to deceive all the other nations. All right, and got all these other nations to partake in her wine and her fornication. All right, so it all goes back to their witchcraft. All right, and with this inauguration, all right, which again, the root word goes back to augur, which again, it just goes back to like a ritual, man. Satanic ritual. All right, so best believe, man. Hey, man. They're gonna be casting a lot of these spells, man, and a lot of stuff is probably gonna start going on, man. A lot of demonic things are gonna be taking place and whatnot, So, hey, man, stay prayed up, because like I read earlier, man, no enchantment is gonna work against those that falls under that banner of having that protection of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. They're not gonna be affected by all this witchcraft or whatnot, all this sorcery or whatnot. All right. So get ready for the ride, man. Let the rituals begin. That's probably what I'm gonna put in the title. But nevertheless, man, hopefully it was edifying. Once again, I'm gonna give all credit to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, Lord's will, I say shalom.